It was the threat of sanctions by Canada against India which caught the attention of New Delhi on Tuesday. Nothing is off the table, said Melanie Joly, the Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister, when asked whether Canada was considering sanctions against India.
The NDP are calling for more severe action. You've expelled diplomats, but they're saying sanctions are warranted given the severity of the allegations leveled today. Is the federal government considering sanctions against India? And if it's not sanctions, what other steps are you considering taking?
So today was a really important step. When you look at what is available in our toolbox, expulsing diplomats is one of the highest and the toughest measure that a country can take under the Vienna Convention. For the rest, we'll continue to push India to make sure that they cooperate. We'll continue to engage with our Five Eyes partners. We'll continue to engage with also all our G7 partners, and everything is on the table.
The fact that the minister had to invoke larger groupings to buttress the import of actions by Canada also did not escape notice. It simply showed how limited the powers of Canada were against a counterpart like India. Canada has for long decided the pulse of the Indian thali. India produces just about half of its annual requirement of dal and is dependent on imports to fill the huge demand-supply gap. And it just so happens that Canada has been the largest supplier of lentils to India. So can possibly Canadian sanctions make dal disappear from the thali? Indian buyers are already a step ahead. Since Canadian authorities began their misinformation campaign against India last year, Indian importers have found other sellers. Figures from the Department of Commerce show Australia overtaking Canada as the largest source of lentils in 2023-24. In what could be construed as an economic barrage on Canada, lentil buyers have also increased their purchases from markets like Russia, Turkey, and the United States. So if sanctions were a way for Canada to economically target India, the move could boomerang and hit its own farmers. Something Trudeau can ill afford as he faces elections next year. Meanwhile, a day after Canada's foreign minister created waves with her statement, the country's trade minister stepped in to soothe the nerves. The minister assured the business community that the Trudeau government remained fully committed to supporting the commercial ties between Canada and India, and said the government will work closely with all Canadian enterprises engaged with India to ensure these imported economic connections remain strong. Meanwhile, the real economic envoys of Canada, the massively funded pension funds, clearly have no intention to walk away from the Indian markets. These funds have invested nearly $55 billion in Indian equity and real estate markets and are reaping great returns. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.